By the way, happy Transfer Portal Day today. Of course, it should be on a Monday after, what happened over the weekend and the Sweet 16 coming up. Why do we have the transfer portal during tournament play? Why do we have the transfer portal during the bowl season as well? Now, I know the timing of semesters with schools, but it's just a bad look. Imagine if you're coaching in the Sweet 16 and maybe one, maybe two of your players would be playing for somebody else. And I could envision this scenario. At the end of the game when the coaches walk by and the players walk by, you imagine a coach, let's say he just lost or you just lost, and he'll be like, hey, why don't you get in the transfer portal? We'll see you next year. Congratulations. Hey, transfer portal. Congratulations. It's just a bad look. You don't need to. At least you shouldn't have it during tournament time. And I guarantee there are players who are playing who will not be playing with their school next year. Guaranteed. You can tell the analysts do not like talking about the transfer portal. They do not. But it's real. It's right there in front of us. It's happening right in front of us. It happened right in front of us during bowl season. Kids sitting out because they're transferring. And all the whispers, and this is when somebody's going to get to somebody, parents are at these games, somebody's going to talk to somebody about their kid. And you're going to have, players coming and going. That's why when Danny Hurley sat down for 60 Minutes and John Wertheim said, how many players do you think are already talking about the transfer portal? And he says, I think 50%. Well, John should have followed up and said, how many are you going to bring in? It evens out. He's probably got 50% of his roster coming in from the transfer portal. Okay? Everybody's a thief in this. Stop. Yes, Marvin.
I saw a stat. Of the 80 starters in the Sweet 16, nearly half came from non-Power 5 schools at one point.
Yeah. Well, Florida's best player, Clayton, was at Iona. Now he's going to be a lottery pick. I mean, it's the kid who was Oakland's best player, Townsend. He's at Arizona. I get it. This is, unfortunately for us, because we grew up in an era where you stayed, where maybe it was 3 years, maybe it was 4 years. Now, what's wrong with you if you leave after, don't leave after your freshman or sophomore year? Yes.
Yeah, I get the down part of it to some degree for smaller schools. However, I kind of feel like you have to support kids being able to do that. If you're playing at a smaller school and you play really well and all of a sudden somebody's like, here's $250K to come play at this big school, you get to play another year. You maybe play yourself in from being that's the end of your career to maybe now I'm going to the NBA based off this 1 year that I have at this bigger program and I get a little bit of money in my pocket. I support that all day.
This could have been mitigated a long time ago. It really could have. It's just nobody believed it was going to happen. And then it happened, and then all of a sudden, the sky is falling. I mean, it is. It's just changing athletics. College athletics is changing right in front of us.